Ramayana, which is an epic, don't go to Jira, which is an epic which is written in 24,000 verses, 7 different volumes, and right now it has notably about 300 different versions available in different places of this world. So it has been written originally in India, but when it traveled on a different time and place into Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, and all the Southeast Asian countries, they did more adaptation to the story. But the ethos of Ramayana still remains same, right? So Ramayana, as the name suggests, it's a story of Ram, and this is we'll get into the story a little bit. So let me give you a preface of the story. So there is a kingdom of Ayodhya, and the king is old enough to announce his successor, and king has 4 sons: Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrughna. So the obvious choice was Ram, being he was eldest, and he was one of the most competent son comparatively, and also he has massive fan following within the kingdom, right? But guess what? Nepotism strikes, and the youngest queen somehow forces king to announce an exile to the Ram for 14 years in jungle, so that her son Bharata can become the king to be, or the king itself. So after this judgment, where king gives this verdict, Ram, being an obedient son and responsible citizen of the kingdom, doesn't argue a lot and accept the verdict and decide to go to exile for 14 years the very next day. Listening to this, the beloved Sita, a beloved wife of Ram, that is Sita, and brother of Ram, Lakshman, objects to stay in the luxury of palace, right? And they kind of argues with Ram that they want to also go with Ram because 14 years is a long time, and jungles are not supposed to be safe, right? So after arguments, the result was obvious. Wife wins the argument for good. And they decide to go to exile very next day, all 3 of them. So fast forward this 14 years of exile to the 13th year. Sita, who is staying in the hut, Ram and Lakshman were away from the hut where they were living in the jungle, and king of Lanka has somehow managed to abduct Sita. And when Ram and Lakshman comes back, they are obviously surprised but sad, right? And they have no idea what has happened, and they don't know how to trace Sita and bring her back. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, here is Ram for you.
Oh my beloved Sita, where did you go? I've never been so empty inside out. It's strange how silence feels like eternity. Every rustling leaf of this jungle is poking deep into my heart. Love shouldn't be so dark, but here I am in the shadow of anguish and pain, waiting for my light to return. I will find you, Sita. I shall traverse through the jungle, the mountains, the rivers, but I will find you. I will compel each and every one who has witnessed you go, the sun, the moon, the stars, to tell me where you are. But I promise, I will find you.
Rama Ravana, king of Lanka. I'm no mere mortal. I'm a force of nature. I embody the wisdom of ages. Others describes me very powerful, being with 10 heads, Well, they are not lying. Each one is a testament to my vast knowledge and unparalleled intellect. I am a Pandit of sacred scriptures and occult, warcraft, statecraft, music and art. I am the greatest of great kings for my subject. Every life is fulfilled under my rule. Lord Shiva himself protects me. Demigods have surrendered against my might. No one, even in dreams, can think to confront me. Rama, I have taken away Sita from you. Consider this is to be my revenge for the content of my dear sister. Rama, where are you? I have just heard about your courage. Now it is time to show me. If you are afraid to confront me, accept your defeat. Forgo Sita. Rama, where are you?
Oh Ravana, look around. See what has happened. I'm in great pain to see this bloodbath, which could have been avoided. All these thousands of lives could have been saved. I also regret that you lost your life to me. With you, all the invaluable knowledge you had now shatters to wind.
Rama, I was very arrogant about my power. I was not able to differentiate between right and wrong. You are a right human being. You did what you are supposed to do. Well, I am responsible for my current situation. For times to look, people will look upon you for your competence and humbleness, for your calmness in chaos, for your generosity in abundance. You will not only think well for your subject, but also for your enemies.
Oh Ravana, you have been a successful leader to your people. What would be your teaching to me and my brother Lakshmana, so that we could be good leaders to our people as well as to our administrators?
Now, I don't have much time to say. I would say, don't delay the good deeds. there is no better time to do good deeds for betterment of all. My realization is never take decisions or act under the extreme emotions like anger, revenge, arrogance. Let it pass. You will do the things right.
Yeah, so here is basically the small skit, and this play is supposed to go for 9 days in India. When this play is done, we just got 9 minutes thanks to Madhu, so we have to really squeeze this. So after basically the reason we did this is to connect it to Diwali, right? So when after the war, when Ram, Sita, Lakshman, and Hanuman went back to Ayodhya, the kingdom of Ayodhya, the subject, were so happy because they think to be like an event where light has returned to the kingdom after the 14 years of darkness. And that's why everyone, all the citizens, put the series of lamps, the oil lamps, in front of their house, and that's why we call it as a Deepavali, the series of lamp, right? So that was a connection between Diwali and this. And there are more stories to Diwali. This is one of them, but I think we have this is enough to do. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Let me quickly get the Rama and Ravana quickly 1 second and give them a applause. Arjun Soni playing as Ram and Venkata Madali playing as Ravana.